Dozens of calls for help from a block party gone awry, and it took Columbus police more than 4 hours to intervene. Good evening, everyone. We thank you for joining us tonight at 6. I'm Colleen Marshall.
Hello to you. I'm Kerry Charles. NBC4 investigates Jamie Ostroff listened to more than 60 911 calls from Chitt Avenue near Ohio State's campus. Now, those calls, they were placed during last week's so-called Chitt Fest. Jamie joins us now, and you actually asked police why it took them so long to break up the party. It's a question a lot of people want an answer to.
I learned it's the result of new policies. People in Columbus woke up Sunday, April 18th, to images like this all over their screens. They were very surprised to see the cars flipped over, garbage, damage everywhere. But for the people who saw this happen in person, in real time, they had spent hours fearing for their safety, calling for help. Some of them told by 911 dispatchers, there's not much we can do about it. Columbus police released these images of persons of interest that were connected to Chitt Fest last week. Jeffrey said, the patrol commander said, as many as 6 of these people could be charged in the coming days. I have asked Columbus police for a copy of those new rules that I mentioned, and you're going to hear about them right now.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
We asked Columbus police for 911 calls from the party known as Chitt Fest. The earliest timestamp they provided was 10:13 p.m. The calls tell the story of fear and pandemonium.
That's my car! That's your car?
It's just getting out of hand. Like, it's getting crazy.
Building through the night.
I feel really threatened, and for the past 2 hours, I've been really nervous. Like, I didn't know what to do to get them off my porch. The entire street is chaos.
They're flipping cars. Like, it's turning to straight out riot out here. Like, we need to under control.
The last time-stamped call, 2:17 a.m. Some people called more than once during that 4-hour and 4-minute window, wondering when Columbus police would put an end to the party on Chitt Avenue.
I just called, and kids' cars are getting flipped out here, and, like, nobody's doing anything about it. I'm just wondering why.
I have not seen a police officer within the last 2 hours.
Dispatchers told many of the callers that police knew what was going on.
I know that there are officers nearby that are kind of monitoring the situation, so I'll add this information.
But at 2:02 a.m., hours into the chaos, a dispatcher told one caller,
There's not a whole lot we're able to do about it.
Felt helpless. Like, it didn't feel good to call authority and then them tell you that there's nothing that you can do about it, as there's people flipping cars. It's pretty ridiculous.
Multiple calls came from this student's address on Chittenden. She didn't want to be identified because she fears disciplinary action from Ohio State University, even though she says she and her roommates were inside throughout the night.
We were scared for ourselves and our own safety.
Patrol Commander Dennis Jeffrey says officers moved in around 2:40 a.m., more than 4 hours and 20 minutes after that first call.
Why did that take so long?
Mainly because we have new rules of engagement for large gatherings.
Jeffrey, who responded to Chitt Fest, told me these new rules were put into place after protests last summer. Protests that led to use of force investigations into several officers.
That didn't happen. We would go in and try to remove those people from the street. In the past, we had CS gas and things that were used in the past. Those are no longer available to us.
Jeffrey told me for hours during the party, all police could do was monitor. He said they sent plainclothes officers into the crowd to report back while a helicopter circled and blasted warnings from above.
What would have needed to happen?
Say, for instance, the cars were being lit on fire. That would obviously change things because obviously that car can explode.
The flipping of the cars, the throwing of beer bottles, blocking streets, that's all allowed to go on?
Under our new rules of engagement, based on the events of last summer, things changed.
Jeffrey said the turning point was a report of an assault when officers trying to find the victim were swarmed by the crowd and pelted with beer bottles. Thankfully, he said, the crowd had died down by then.
I don't think we could have done it successfully when it was at its peak.
He said no officers were injured and no force was used.
I think if we would have gone in and used force, we'd be having a different conversation today. It would have been you went in and used too much force.
All right, I'm going to give you another look at these persons of interest. Police are still taking tips right now. Again, Jeffrey said as many as six of these guys could be charged in the coming days. And you can find all of the details on those new rules of engagement at NBC4i.com. Local for you, Jamie Ostroff, NBC4.